Happy Tuesday morning. I woke up to an interesting headline this morning, reading from an article on the newrepublic.com's website. They've increased their spending on weapons by 700%. And what they bought will terrify you. Donald Trump is arming his masked immigration agents with increasingly lethal weapons. These weapons are being purchased by ICE to be used against Americans and people in the United States of America. Donald Trump is reportedly spending millions more on weapons for his masked militia descending on American cities, who will now have access to guided missiles and warheads. Independent journalist Jed Legum, Legum, reported Monday that between Trump's inauguration and October 18th, ICE has increased weapons spending by 700% compared to the same period last year. In the last 9 months, ICE has spent almost $72 million on purchases of small arms, ordnance, and ordnance accessories manufacturing. Ordnance means shit that blows up. Small arms include armor, explosives, chemical weapons, pistols, and rifles. Ordnance and ordnance accessories manufacturing refers to materials such as artillery, barrels, extractors, and mounts. For comparison, in 2019, ICE spent $5.7 million on small arms category. And now we're up to almost 72. While most of the spending was on guns and armor, the reporter reported that ICE has also purchased guided missile warheads and explosive components. So while Trump has backed off selling Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine, it seems that he's more than happy to arm his immigration authorities with lethal projectiles. I read another article basically this morning that said ICE recruits are failing the physical fitness component of their training at alarming numbers, which, I guess that's what you get when you hire a bunch of J6ers and Oath Keepers. It's not immediately clear what part of a good faith deportation operation would involve localized destruction and murder. That's some quality writing right there. Sarcasm accepted. Clearly, Trump has plans to ramp up his federal immigration crackdown, which has gone hand in hand with his federal takeover of American cities. As with so many of these MAGA chuds on the right, the neckbeard patriots that post their little MAGA videos all the time. You remember their videos that they posted that whole 4 or 5 day period after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, where they were screaming for war against us, just against people on the left. And I made a video back then, and I was like, just do it or shut the fuck up. I am so sick to death of hearing those guys squawk about how they want war and we're not prepared with what's coming and what they're going to do to their fellow Americans. What are you going to do? You going to meet them on Grindr? Because that seems to be their number one hobby. And it's just like, Trump is giving ICE guided missiles for use inside the United States. If you're going to start this thing, fucking start it, dude. God, I'm just sick of hearing just talk. After all of the rhetoric of the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's Tuesday morning, I'm still astonished that this administration and Stephen Miller and Donald Trump and Kristi Noem and Kash Patel and Tom Homan and all of these, Mike Johnson, who said that every one of us who showed up to protest was Hamas and a terrorist, and Carolyn Levitt, and they all said that we were domestic terrorists. They said we are all Antifa, we are all domestic terrorists. Fucking Kristi Noem at DHS and Kash Patel at the FBI circulated a security bulletin to every single law enforcement agency across the United States. state and local, saying that the people who show up for the No Kings protests this past Saturday are doing these protests to cover for acts of domestic terrorism, and that all of us who show up are domestic violence extremists. And what did they do on Saturday? They did jack shit. 200,000 people showed up in Manhattan. Not one single person was arrested. Not one. There was no violence. There were no arrests. After 2 weeks of telling the entire country that all of us who actually showed up are terrorists. Fucking do something or shut up.